Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Welcome in to another episode of the Full Send Half Mast Podcast, episode 159. Tonight, this should be a fun podcast. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of news, a lot of things that have circulated news-wise, I guess, rumor-wise in the world of motorsports, and a lot of things that we got to talk about here that's going to be quite interesting. We also got to recap the 24 hours of Daytona, the Rolex 24. What a fantastic race this weekend. There's a few things we want to talk about and touch on in regards to the race, some of the dramas, controversies, including that 7-hour fog delay. If you guys join us in the watch parties, we had some good talking points as well regarding the Rolex 24. I can't wait to talk about that with you guys here tonight. Driver of the Week, Bonehead of the Week is back again this week. Those polls will be up at the end of this podcast for you guys to vote on. There was a lot of good choices in this week's Driver of Bonehead of the Week. And I kind of tried to narrow it down to who I felt deserved them the most. We'll also preview this weekend's upcoming Bowman Gregg Cookout Clash. That should be interesting. There's some things I want to talk about with that too in this podcast. We'll get to. We'll make our picks and our dark horse picks as well if that race even goes underway. And then also tonight we're gonna have a NASCAR season preview. NASCAR season is upon us. We're gonna give you some of our maybe championship picks. What does the new chase format look like? Who makes the chase? Who's going to be consistent in points all year? Maybe we'll talk about the NASCAR schedule, the lack of road courses, the extension of more ovals, bringing back certain tracks like Chicagoland. Maybe expectations for the rookie class, which is one driver deep with Connor Zilisch. Maybe we'll talk about his expectation for this year. Also, Aspire and Suarez, with that little controversy there. We'll talk about everything NASCAR related here at the end of the podcast, so stay tuned. But first off, Tom's with me here on this fantastic podcast Tuesday. Tom, how are you doing, man?
I'm great. Ready to, I don't know, talk about something, I guess.
a lot
to talk about, isn't there?
A whole lot of something and a whole lot of nothing all at the same time. That's how I feel. Alrighty.
Yes.
I think we should start off with some news, Tom. There's a lot of news we got to cover here. First off, let's talk about this freaking news that absolutely pissed me off yesterday morning waking up. I work late, so my day doesn't start till noon most days because I don't get to bed till 6 in the morning. But then I wake up and I read Discord, and the first thing Tom had posted in the morning was that the Roval's gone. Talk about waking up on the wrong side of the bed. Talk about waking up all pissed off, man. I'm not saying I love the Roval, right? I think the Roval is good. I've enjoyed the Roval. It's been one of the few races every year I look forward to because it's an actual road race. It's unique. It's different. We're racing. It's kind of like NASCAR's version of Daytona, and of the Rolex 24. You know, it's got its unique. They've changed the layout several times, and I think that the new layout's even better. We've talked about maybe removing one of the chicanes on the one on the back straightaway, maybe. And having some more speed and the back straightaway, creating more runs into turn 3. Whatever. We've talked about the Roval. I love the Roval. But NASCAR's getting rid of the Roval, Tom. This is the most bass-ackwards thing, dude. And NASCAR fans are celebrating it. The Roval sucked, man. It was terrible. There was one guy that in the comment section that I got in an argument with. He said, there has never been one memorable moment at the Roval. Nothing ever of noteworthy at the Roval. And I was like, do you not remember the Jimmy Johnson Truex sliding through the fucking chicane on the front straightaway? Chase Elliott putting it in the wall, coming from 36 to the win in the late stage.
Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick. We had, what was it, when Kyle Larson bounced off the outside wall and he's trying to make the last transfer, and then Chastain last year put that bitch in reverse like Jesus himself and fucking put that thing across the line, came up a little short. I mean, we had the Bowman and Bubba Wallace freaking feud where they were dumping each other all race, and then Bowman was down with sickness or whatever, heat stroke, and Bubba throws. We've had great fucking moments at the Roval, man. Great moments. We saw Jimmy Johnson's entire season crumble in bits at the Roval one time. I mean, telling me we've had no memorable moments at the Roval. I mean, what are your opinions on the Roval being gone? I mean, what does this put us at? 4 road races now, dude? Come on.
Basically, it's just a race to stop SVG.
Facts.
And that's it.
Well, that's what I said.
That's what it is.
That's what I said when we got here on the beginning of the podcast. I started thinking about it. I was like, we had a peak in NASCAR a few years ago. We had 7, 8 road courses on the schedule. We had an exhibition at Daytona, so technically 8, right? Um, and that was at the height of, guess who was winning all those road courses? It was fucking Chase Elliott.
Elliott.
When Elliott was winning all the goddamn road courses, all these NASCAR fans came out of the fucking woodworks trying to put 10 of them fuckers on the schedule. And I was here for it. Now this motherfucker can't even win a race at a Walmart parking lot, and we got to get rid of all of them. I mean, we got the race he wins is Atlanta. Now NASCAR fans are saying we want 3 Atlantas on the schedule. You got to be kidding me, dude. What is happening?
Yeah.
Your sport.
Don't forget, they're trying to make Texas the same way as Atlanta too. So, I mean, that's still in the talkings. That's not off the table.
I'm getting frustrated, man. Like, I know me and Dallas were talking about it. We're both on the same wavelength. Like, Road America, dude. Road America
need to go back.
Road America is everything that's correct about motorsports. Easy access. There's a trail that goes all the way around the track. There's camping everywhere. Dallas saying they got some of the best food. I mean, the venue is perfect. You got high elevation corners. You got high speed corners. You've got tight hairpin corners. You've got an S section. You've got a carousel section. I mean, you've got long straightaways. You've got Canada Corner, which is one of the most difficult corners in all of racing. Like, it's incredible. It's a narrow, tight section. Like, everything that's good about motorsports in America is Road America, and our so-called best racing series on planet Earth can't go there. Can't fucking go there, bro, because we have to go to Bristol twice a year, which has been dog shit minus one good race we've had in the last 8 years there. We got to go to Martinsville twice a year, which again has been dog shit. Richmond. I mean, God forbid we ever go to Portland and support the Northwest racing fans, because God forbid we get it for 3 years and now we got to get away from Portland. I know the shitty shit. Trust me, I fucking know. I've been there. That place, you got crackheads arguing with trees. You got people shitting in the streets. I mean, it's a terrible place, but the track is good, man. Like, and you're going to take that away from, there's nothing in the Northwest racing wise for NASCAR, man. And God forbid we can't go to Portland, but we got to go to fucking Chicagoland. I mean, I love Chicagoland. Don't get me wrong. I'm not narrowing out Chicagoland here. That's just an example, right? Of just pointless decisions they continue to make. And the fact that NASCAR fans could sit there and applaud NASCAR for making this decision. Let's go back to the oval at Charlotte. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's not going to be a good race. But we're already going there for the 600. We already have the 600 there. Like, you're telling me that doesn't satisfy your itch? Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
I don't think it's the purpose that we're losing the Roval. It's the main purpose of this is that we're losing a road course.
Yes.
And
yes.
the diversity of the schedule then just as a percentage goes down, because what do you got? You got short track, you got, half or a mile and a half and 2 miles super speedway.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. That's the same kind of stuff that we've ran in NASCAR for 60 years now. Well, more than 60 years. Probably 70 years. No, it's like 60 years. Yeah, it's 60 years. So that's the whole point in this. It's like you got all these other road courses in the nation. Portland is not a bad road course. Road America, obviously, in my opinion, is pretty much top tier. I mean, you could do a really cool special with Long Beach and maybe IndyCar, maybe not IMSA, but IndyCar. I mean, you could do St. Pete too, like what the trucks are doing. That needs to be like, that could be like a coveted thing with the Cup Series. There's just so many options there that, you can expand and diversify this series and just make it more interesting. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. At least try it. But we know Road America works. We know Portland works. We're gonna find out if St. Pete works. I'm sure St. Pete's gonna be a freaking banger, dude. That is the one race I am so excited for this year.
And
Nothing else on the table. San Diego, I don't know about because we've never seen the actual racetrack before and how it races. But just with St. Pete, even with Indy NXT and and IndyCar. Even when the Mazda MX-5s went there, it was such an incredible event. It was so much fun to be there and even watch it, be in the pits and whatnot. It was just a great venue and a great racetrack. And I think that stuff like that needs to be, well, first off, see what the market value is. I mean, obviously with St. Pete, it's pretty high anyways, and Long Beach, pretty high. But also fan reception with that as well. Not just from a small majority of, you know, just fans in general, because I also feel like NASCAR is taking a huge chunk of advice from people like Dale Earnhardt Jr. Nothing against that dude, but like he doesn't like road course racing.
Yeah.
Fine, that's great. Let him be an advocate for ovals, but like again, there has to be something else that makes NASCAR different. NASCAR is such a leader for ovals. They are the leading oval candidate for all racing series in the world. That's great. What makes them special though? Because IndyCar goes on ovals. I mean, you could technically argue maybe that IMSA goes on ovals too because Daytona. I mean, you could take this, all the other ways, but like I don't know. I really do feel like though that a higher count of road course racing really just kind of also brings out the best of the drivers, because you have to be well rounded in order to be good at that, and also to like even if it's in the chase or whatever, making sure that you're well rounded for that race, because you could absolutely blow it in a chase race, which we're not getting anymore. But I don't know. I just feel like that road course, we might not need the Roval, but we need a road course.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing I was gonna say too, is like we built this purpose-built car for road racing. Like this is a purpose-built road racing car. It's what it is. The way it's designed, everything about it is designed for road courses. And we're at the Rolex 24 this weekend, and how many drivers they sat up on that Peacock pit box and interviewed and were saying Jenson Button was thinking about coming out of retirement because you know what got his allure to want to maybe do that was hearing about San Diego street course. He's going to come out of fucking retirement because he wants to run a NASCAR race at San Diego street course. You had other drivers saying, put me in a race at Long Beach not Long Beach, at St. Petersburg. Chicagoland and Charlotte Roval aren't getting Jenson Button out of retirement to come race a NASCAR race. It's fucking San Diego. It's St. Petersburg. If you want to grow your sport and have more drivers running these races, put more of those on the schedule. Nobody's coming to go race at the Charlotte fucking Oval, guys. I'm sorry. If you want to see Jenson Button racing NASCAR, it's not going to happen at the fucking Charlotte Oval. So just back the hell away, NASCAR fans. You're pissing me off.
Yeah.
That's really where it comes down to. I don't know. I'm just frustrated. We need more road races. I think 6. I mean, I generally want like 9 road courses on the schedule time. I want a quarter of it to be road courses. But I would compromise with 6. Like, I would seriously sit down and compromise with 6. If we had 6 and spread them out through the season, I would be completely content and okay with that. But we can't have less than 6. This is just ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. I can remember when the schedule had 2, road course races for a very long time, and those 2 road course races were like the highlight of the season.
100%.
Like because it was so different and it was so cool, and you saw drivers who were not well rounded with road course racing, where the road course ringers would come in and just absolutely show them up, and it was just so cool to watch because you had people in there that knew road course racing, that were good at road course racing. Marcus Ambrose,
Boris
Juan Pablo.
Fellows.
Yeah, exactly. And they would go in there and whoop some tail, and that was cool. We're seeing these drivers though get a new level with some road course racing, which is also really cool. It's cool to finally see these guys actually taking these races seriously. And it creates better racing. We've got some of the best racing on the entire schedule, from first to freaking 40th of these guys just battling, all these mini battles happening, because although most of these guys kind of suck at road course racing, the battles are there. We're not seeing these cars being affected by dirty air every freaking lap, where all they have to do is follow each other, make a freaking train of cars where they can't pass because of all the dirty air coming behind it. No, it's about who can brake the latest, who can hit the gas the earliest, and who can optimize that corner at that point in time. Like it's I don't know, it's just better for me, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. And with the SVG thing too, trying to keep SVG down. It's like, yeah, he gets what, 5 races a year he can go and show his stuff because that's what he's good at. And the other drivers get 31 races a year to go show their stuff. But it's SVG's fault that he wins 5 races a year on the 5 fucking times to go to a road course. But the other guys get an advantage because they get 31. They get a bigger sample. It's like, come on, dude. Like, just make it make sense. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Yeah, NASCAR fans are just starting to piss me off, man. They can't be content. We finally actually get a legitimate championship, which we'll talk about later, and then they're gonna go after the other things that are unnecessary to go after. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Next one too. We got to talk about IndyCar rumor to DC for the 250th anniversary. Potentially adding another race to the IndyCar schedule. Yes, yes. Let's do it, please. But then again, you can't satisfy everybody because I got in so many arguments on the internet this weekend with people that are IndyCar fans or claim to be IndyCar race fans that they're bitching. They're bitching about it, man. Oh, why do we go to so many damn road and street courses? It's just too damn many. We need more ovals on the schedule. We need to bring back Michigan and have the 500 there so people can die. And it's like, come on, dude. Like, you're gonna bitch about a new race on the schedule? You're gonna bitch about having more racing? If you're a race fan, you're asking for more racing. You're not bitching because there is more racing. Come on now, dude. Like, come on. And same with NASCAR fan. Oh, the NASCAR schedule is just too damn long. There's just too many races. Like, you're saying that if you're bitching about too many races, then what are you, a fan of? Women's tennis? What do you like if you're bitching about too much racing? And another one that gets me too, Tom. 250th anniversary of America. It's IndyCar, like the America's premier single-seater Formula Racing series. This is what we have. And they're gonna bitch, oh, we gotta keep politics out of my racing, man. We gotta keep politics out of my racing, dude. Like, dude, I don't care if Joseph Stalin comes out of the grave tomorrow. And if he wants to put a race around fucking LA, add it to the schedule, I'm fucking gonna support that shit. I don't give a damn. I'm just saying.
To me, it's more about celebrating 250 years of America. It has nothing to do with politics, the current administration or politics or anything else. It's just about celebrating America. You know, it could be a different administration right here if you catch my drift, the different administration, and I would still be for this because it's 250 years of America. We were born in such an incredible time in human history that we get to celebrate 250 years of America. Why don't we just go and try and celebrate it with a racing series? Is NASCAR trying to do this? No. Is IMSA trying to do this? No. Is anybody else in the world trying to do this? No. Let IndyCar do it.
100%. 100%. I can't stand it. I mean, these IndyCar fans think we got too many road and street courses and we get something cool. Like I know it's an AI generated trailer, but dude, I don't care. I honestly don't even care if we're racing Indy cars on the moon, on Satan's asshole, or in hell. I don't care. If we get more races on the schedule, I'm fucking here for it, dude. I want more racing. I feel like racing's got the shortest off season in all of sports. There is none, basically. If you like all motorsports, there is no off season. I mean, in the wintertime, you can go find Asian Le Mans or V8 supercars to go watch. You know what I mean? Like, there's never an off season. I'm never going to be the person to sit here and bitch that we have too much racing. I'm never going to be that guy. Honestly, I don't think we have enough, to be honest with you. IMSA's got like a 12 race schedule. IndyCar's got like an 18. I mean, we should have at least 15 sports car races a year. I mean, we got to be racing at least a couple times a month. Come on now. Like, bitching about too much freaking racing is just the most L-take, childish, toddler response of all time. We got Jared in the chat. Says, yo, 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 there's nothing stopping SVG. Portland is indeed gross. Facts. DJ Puckett back in the chat. Hello, hello. America. Hell yeah. America. I'm telling you, dude. This is a great idea. There can't be anything better than this. This is like, I would never want to go to DC unless there was a race there. You know what I mean? I said the same thing about San Diego. Like, only reason I even remotely maybe want to even go to that damn city or even Portland, like we talked about, is because there's a race there, dude. There's no other reason to go there, like, at all. Like, literally no reason to do it. So it's like, yeah, IndyCar fans, just relax. You're getting an extra race to your schedule. It's celebrating the 250th year of America. And it's American Formula Racing, dude. Like, yeah. There's nothing to bitch about. You should be happy. Who gives a shit who's running the country? I don't give a shit. Like, they don't affect your life. They're just freaking whatever. I'm not gonna make this about that, but yeah. All right. Next one. Deegan to the Arca West with McAnally Racing. I mean, this is just what? Is there even any?
This is a science experiment that went way too far. Way too far. Feel me?
I just don't understand it, man. How many more sponsors? She's got Napa just signed on for full season sponsorships. Monster's still paying.
It's got to do so. It's got to be something with her dad.
There's got to be. There's no realistic reason. Like, she's not marketing.
The majority of the people aren't sniffing what she's shitting. You know what I mean? and it's almost to the point where it's just asinine, is what it is. How can you make a team? Well, it's pretty easy actually. With her resume, you make a team go from playoff eligible.
Let's go with that. I like that better anyway.
Eligible. There we go. Had a brain fart there. You make a team go from that to going bankrupt, straight bankrupt, from a team that had a freaking underrated driver, such an underrated driver that he gets blown out of his seat by I don't know, a freaking backyard go-kart driver, and then you make the team go bankrupt.
With tits. Don't forget that. With tits.
Yes, big component there. Big component. Components. Sorry. Components. And then you go to this, and then you go Indy NXT racing, freaking abysmal, and then you go back to West, where you won a race during COVID. Don't forget the asterisk there. During COVID, where they had 4, 5, 6 cars on track, and you had the biggest team with the most money, spending astronomical amounts of money on the car. Of course, you're going to win a race or two. You could have put freaking I don't know, that clown from the Howard Stern show on there, and he could have won the race.
Oh, Beetlejuice.
Yeah, Beetlejuice. Yeah. Yeah, he could have won a race in that.
He put laps around her, dude. He just circled her, man.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it.
It's just painful. Actually, at this point, it's not even worth to spend the breath on it.
Well, exactly. And I don't think there's very many Deegan Dingleberries still out there on the internet anyway. So I think we're all right, dude. I think we're free and clear here. I think, again, it's going to be another year of an experiment. She's going to get her shit kicked in the Arca West by a bunch of 14-year-old kids, lose the championship, and nothing will ever come of it. It'll be over. Experiment. And then she'll probably end up in like Mazda MX-5 Cup next year and try the IMSA route, and then she'll flop out of that too. And then back to ground zero. She'll end up at a Formula 4 in Italy.
Why can't we get like Dorian Pond in here and like?
I know, right? I know. Yeah, Dorian Pond. I mean, even Abby Poland.
Oh yeah,
she's good too. Yeah. There's a lot of good race car drivers. There's a lot of good female race car drivers, but it just call us the chauvinists, but yet the people that don't hire the unattractive female race car drivers aren't chauvinists. Just saying. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. We get called chauvinist because we pick on your favorite quote unquote pretty race car driver, but then everybody else shits on the good race car drivers that we support that aren't so, in your definition, pretty. But we're the chauvinists. Remember that. Keep that in mind. All right. Where the fuck is the Williams F1 car, Tom? What is going on with Williams right now? Like they didn't make it to the first test of the season. They're still not through a test. They took them 4 attempts through the crash test to get their car passed and approved by Formula FIA.
They were the team with the earliest engineering on a car for 2026. Out of any other team, they were the first team to start
Cadillac
working on their 2026 car. Yeah, I don't know. It's like what do you call that? Oh crap, Law and Order show, right? Where it's just like a bunch of actors instead of like actual investigators, and they take these like dramatic scenes and like, oh my gosh, do you see that bullet lodged in that guy's neck after the autopsy? Like, what am I watching here? Obviously, it's Hollywood. Is this team like full of Hollywood actors?
I think it's fake, dude. It's a fictional team, bro. I swear to God, it ain't real.
It would be like if literally the country of France created an F1 team. It's just failure after failure after failure after failure, and somehow you get one guy to go out there and podium on one race a year, and then everybody just like parties till everybody gets like syphilis or something, and then it's just downhill from there.
What I think is hilarious, there's 2 points I want to make here. First, what I think is hilarious is that the holdup of F1 FIA trying to and the Formula One group trying to approve Cadillac to get into F1, and like how that was such a controversy. But then you have a team that's like a freaking Stansted in your series for years and decades, and they can't even put a car on the grid. but no, it's the new team that's got a car built, developed, and is tested all offseason is the problem.
They're the problem. Yeah.
And the second thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, continue. I can wait on this. Let's just
the group of people literally who makes the world go round in terms of automobiles, they're the problem. All right? We're not talking about the legacy team of F1 who's been there since dinosaurs roamed the earth. We're talking about the mega billionaires here who have expendable money and is looking to spend money into you. They're the problem. It's crazy. That is just crazy.
Oh, man. I saw a meme. I should have posted it on X, but I was really freaking tired and was about to fall asleep, and I kind of forgot. But it was a video. You know Wreckfest, like the original Wreckfest, Tom, when you drive the honey pot, right? The shitter, but it falls apart, right? And then like when you're on spectator mode, you're watching them drive around the track. Like they're just floating in the air driving. Like it was a meme. It was like F1 Williams at the Australian Grand Prix 2026, and it was just Carlos Sainz ripping around in the honey pot that's invisible. Oh man, unbelievable, dude. I don't understand, dude. And we don't really even have a concept, a visual of this car. They're not even at the test, Tom. They're testing it at Catalunya right now. And Williams is nowhere to be found, bro. It's like where's Waldo? Where's Williams?
Yeah.
What is going on, dude? This is the premier motorsports in planet of Earth, bro. This is the biggest money draw, the premier series, dude. And we don't even have a team ready to go, dude, for the season. Dude.
We don't.
Guys at local short tracks, little 4-cylinder cars with sledgehammers beating the doors in, fucking welding the freaking bumper back on the car, go and get ready for the next race at their local demolition derby. But fucking F1 Williams with unlimited funds, you can't put a car together. You can't make this up, dude. You can't make this up. Oh man. All right, I feel like we covered news a lot this morning. We should probably start talking about the Rolex weekend, dude. Unbelievable. I did want to touch on the BMW Endurance Challenge for the Michelin Pilot Challenge Series this weekend. It wasn't the best race of compared to the last few years. I was kind of in and out watching it a little bit. Aston Martin, number 71, wins in Grand Sport. And Hyundai, my pick and TCR ends up going back to back with the 76 Hyundai for Herta Autosport. The big thing I did want to talk about, we kind of made fun of them last week, Tom, and I think we deserve to maybe eat a little bit of crow here. Those Cupras were actually pretty fast.
They were fast. Holy shit, were they fast? My God, they again, dude. This is like a Ford full circle right here for freaking GT3 cars. I've been shitting on these guys for God knows how long. By God, not them going out and getting pole, and then getting disqualified. But other than that, you know what? They had speed. They had speed.
They were surprisingly fast. I mean, they struggle with car reliability. I think 3 of the 4 bullets in the gun end up having some misfires, but one of them ended up having a pretty decent run. They were all up at the front of the field at one point, Tom, like a couple hours or an hour or so into the race. I'm like, holy shit, dude, can we get a double podium, even a trip, like a sweep of the podium with the Cupras? And then it was just dropping off a cliff, each one just having mechanical issues or driver failures or whatever. And man, I don't know, man. If we get what we saw at Daytona continues throughout the rest of the season, the Cooper by the end of the year might be a favorite pick, Tom. I'm not gonna lie; they might end up being a favorite pick by the end of this season. I mean, obviously, Herta Autosport, the Hyundais are extremely quick. They're the crop of the field when it comes to TCR racing. But damn, those Coopers, dude. Keep your eyes out for them Coopers, boys. We'll keep you guys updated as the season continues, because I was thoroughly impressed watching those Coopers around the track, man.
Yes.
Alrighty, let's get into it. The 64th running of the Rolex 24. What a fantastic race. I got about an hour and a half sleep this weekend. Unbelievable racing. Let's talk. I kind of just broke this down into all different types of categories here on my notes, Tom. So first off, let's talk about LMP2. I did nominate the entire LMP2 class as Bonehead of the Week because I started like trying to write down who was Bonehead of the Week, and it was like another LMP2 car made a mistake, another LMP2 car ran over somebody, another LMP2 car spin it through the grass, another LMP2 car on fire, another LMP2 car hitting a marshal, another LMP2 car guy climbing out of his car to go drink beers with the rowdies up at turn 4 and get back in the car and take off again. I mean, it was like, what the fuck is going on? LMP2 was an absolute train wreck shit show of ultra proportions here, Tom. We're wrecking into lap 1, turn 1. We had one guy lose. We had one LMP2 lose control down the straightaway, and here comes Porsche in like a heat-seeking missile. Look like Big Willie reincarnate, you know, freaking just absolutely TKOs this LMP2 car. I mean, that was an absolute shit show of a week for LMP2, man. The doctors, the dentists, the lawyers, and the freaking bartenders sure did a great job behind the wheel this weekend. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep. It was a spectacle.
It was unbelievable, dude. AO Racing, Spike, the Magic Dragon, ended up dominating for the first 12 and a half hours of this race. But then when that fog delay came in, they kept having to pit for fuel because the LMP2 cars obviously have smaller fuel tanks than all the other series. So they had to pit way more often during that 7-hour fog delay. Kind of lost track position. And from there, the race was kind of done. Congratulations to CrowdStrike, though. I think they deserve a lot of credit. They, at one point, they were involved in that lap 1 wreck. They had another incident later. I think they went 2 laps down in this race, Tom. They come back and not only win the race, but they dominate. They had a huge gap at the end of this race. CrowdStrike, unbelievable weekend at the Rolex. Unfreaking believable. I know that IMSA has the comeback award of the year or whatever for Rolex 24. I haven't seen the awards or anything posted for this year's Rolex, but I swear to God, if CrowdStrike doesn't win it, Tom, we're going to have another windward problem here.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, man. Porsche Penske. Dominant Rolex. I mean, I think the stat came out, they led 77% of the endurance of the length of the race. Did the team Porsche Penske. Unfreaking believable, man. Especially that number 7. The number 6 Porsche ended up running in, or an LMP2 car run into him, ended up having like some side pod and some floor damage. They end up having during that 7-hour fog delay, I think they brought the car in like 18 times and they just kept working on the car. And they were pretty fast towards the end, off strategy, obviously, to their team car. But they did a pretty good job, man. But Felipe Nasr, I think he is, I say it all the time, dude. I think Felipe Nasr is the best closer in all of motorsports. I don't think it's even close. This guy is unbelievable at the final stint. Like if I had a guy that had a gun to my head and he said, you got to pick a driver that's going to win you a race at the end of the Rolex 24, I'm picking Felipe Nasr every time. I don't give a shit, dude. I don't care if if we bring Mario Andretti back, AJ Foy, I don't pick a driver from years past. I'm picking Felipe Nasr, dude. I am. He's unbelievable.
You tell me you take Nasr over Aiken?
Oh goodness gracious. Oh, man. I mean, am I wrong? I feel I've seen it too many times over the last 2 years, dude. Like he closes race, he navigates traffic extremely well. He knows how to manage tires. He's probably the best in the game at fuel and energy save. Never makes mistakes, never puts himself in compromised positions. He always catches traffic at the right time. His defense is impeccable. I mean, Aiken tried one time to throw it in on the inside of turn 1. And Nasr moved over just enough. It wasn't egregious. I mean, not as egregious as what Townsend Bell made it sound like, but I think they're hyping up the drama for TV. But he's just good. I appreciate in motorsports dominance. I appreciate somebody that could do things with a race car that other people just can't. And that's Felipe Nasr. And I remember, was it 3 years ago, Tom, at Laguna Seca, when Felipe Nasr went through that freaking sand trap and ate that inside wall there through the S section and looked like an absolute clown. I think that was the turning point in his career, dude. Ever since then, he's been unbelievable. He's been unbelievable. And I don't think anybody could deny that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm overblowing it, Tom. But I'm sold on Felipe Nasr. Gets his third consecutive Rolex, dude. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Also, Lauren Heinrich deserves a lot of credit too. He's also a pilot of the number 7 Porsche. This is the guy that won the championship single-handedly by himself a couple of years ago with the Porsche Rexy car. He was the only full-length season driver in that car. And at the time, I was like, man, that guy's impressive. And they kept him in the Porsche pipeline. They gave him a GTP ride. He wins in his debut. Unbelievable, dude. Lauren Heinrich. Keep that guy's name in mind. He's going to be a future WEC IMSA sports car superstar. And he's in that Porsche banner, and that's where you want to be right now. So congratulations to him. Let's talk about Action Express, because a lot of people, including myself, have given Jack Aiken a lot of shit, and rightfully so. But what a comeback by them, honestly. They qualified on pole, had the floor tampering or whatever you want to call it, a little bit skid plate action, like we saw with McLaren at Vegas, pretty similar to that. Lose the pole. Aiken gets a penalty at the beginning of the race, trying to make a pass on the outside. They end up having a pass-through penalty. Then Zilich, during the 7-hour foul delay, ends up having a penalty by avoiding the red lights at the end of pit lane. That sets them back again. They drove all the way back up to P2, man. That was quite impressive. I don't know. Tom's over here having a good time.
I wish I didn't feel like crap right now. I feel like crap.
You probably don't feel as bad as Jack Aiken does, man. I'm telling you. That dude, even his post-race interview, man, it felt like his dog had died, dude. He just sit like...
Yeah, right.
What a depressing life that guy lives, man. I mean, this guy, Jack Aiken, whatever. It is what it is. I mean, they don't have Pipo Derani anymore. They've got 2 good hot shoots in this race in particular. They got Frederick Vest, who I think is a future superstar. And then they had Zilich, who's making his debut. And then Earl Bamber did good in his stance, kept them alive, didn't make any mistakes. You could tell there's a little bit falling off in the Earl Bamber game, but still had a decent run. I do want to shout out Vanderhelm with the JDC Miller team. And what was it at the 18-hour mark, closing in on this, or completing the 6 hours into the race? The endurance cup points, right? And then Vanderhelm, they put him on an alternate strategy so they could score those endurance points out of that just absolute dog shit, old school regulation Porsche, man. And he's out there trying to hang on for the lead over the Acura, over the team Porsche at Penske. And he did a hell of a job. I mean, it kind of crumbled there in the last couple minutes when they kind of realized what was at stake. And I think he deserves a lot of credit. I'm gonna nominate him as the driver of the week, to be honest with you, because that was pretty impressive what he was doing. He made that car so wide, dude. He made it so wide. He just wasn't gonna be able to hang on. Just that car was a dumpster. Number 93 Acura again. Their wheel falls off, destroyed the underfloor of their car. The car was done after that. The Acuras were, let's be honest, dude. Acura was dog shit in this race, and I did not expect that, man. Again, Acura brings out another absolute dog shit race car to the Rolex. Like what does Acura have to do to compete?
They were running top 5 for the until that tire problem. But what even happened with that tire? That's not what I didn't even see that.
It just came off, and it was obviously Pelot was behind the wheel again. As in typical
you know what? It
fashion.
must be just a fucking Pelot problem.
Pelot is the cursed
It must be just a Pelot problem.
Oh man, but even then, like the 60 was not good.
60 was weird. I don't know what happened to the 60.
And it's not drivers. I mean, they had Colin Brown in the car, Tom Blomqvist, AJ Allmendinger.
Yep.
And they were non-factor the whole race. There was never a point you looked up and you're like, wow, 60 Acura's maybe a little quick.
Let's look at it from this perspective, Jay, maybe. Are our childhood hero drivers not that good anymore?
It could be. Actually, that's a good point. I never thought about that.
What do you think?
It's hard to let go of that thought, right? Like you watch them when they're so good in their prime, and they're just so good, and they're like your idols, man. You're like, these dudes are badass.
Yeah.
And you just never think like, one day they're gonna be fucking Kevin LePage, and then one day they wake up and they're Kevin LePage, and it's like,
yep.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point, dude. Maybe you're right. Colin Braun and AJ Allmendinger just aren't as good as we remember. Even Renger van der Zande. I mean, maybe he's just not as good as he used to be,
Yeah.
Not as good as I once was.
I don't
good
know.
Once as I ever was.
Yeah, right. I don't know, though. I mean, Pelot's in his prime, though.
Yeah.
It might just be a curse with Pelot. I don't know. I mean...
But Blomqvist in his prime, too, and he was shit, so I don't know.
Blomqvist was really good. But take into account what AJ Allmendinger has been through the past couple of years. Take into account, Scott Dixon's age, even though he had some freaking stellar performances last year. Like, let's not forget about that. But it's a new year, it's a new chapter. Maybe we are witnessing the downfall of Scott Dixon. I mean, I don't know, but I think though that's something that we should probably take into consideration with some of these drivers that we grew up around,
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I didn't even really put that together. I think that's a great point. We see that all the time. That could be a viable answer. Cadillac in GTD Pro threw the racer away, man. Was it Nico Verone? Ends up late race restart, battling with GTD traffic. He has the lead. He's battling with GTD traffic on a restart. He's got a sizable lead. He gets aggressive coming through the kink and ends up off track, loses all his track position through the raceway with like 2.5 hours to go on a restart. It kind of pisses me off a little bit because I picked them to win. They were dominant. Like, they were as dominant in GTD Pro as Porsche was in GTP. But they made the mistake that Porsche never did, and they threw themselves out of contention to win the race and hands it over to BMW. BMW, Paul Miller Racing. What I said this during the watch party, Tom. The villain arc has been completed. It came full circle. After what happened at the Rolex 24 last year to winning it this year, and the amount of times that they stole it from Cadillac, the team they had the rivalry with. Like, the villain arc was complete. And part of me kind of likes it. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I'm a Tommy Milner fan, I got the shirt back there. I mean, I like Cadillac, or I like a Corvette, and I like Tommy Milner and the team that they got going on there. It felt kind of rewarding to see the villain arc be completed there by BMW this week. Also, we got to talk about that final battle there between the Aston Martin with Nicky Teams and with Philip Ellis. Oh, that was unbelievable.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I can't believe he saved that race car, Tom. I can't. I honestly, I've watched that replay back probably like 10 times over the last day or so. Dude, that was one of the most incredible saves. Save of the year.
That was a great save. Top speed, going around the tri-oval, getting flat out sideways and then saving it. And then not only saving it, but getting the car under enough control to hit the brakes to go down into turn 1.
and
Like, that
retake
was
the
freaking
lead.
dope. Yeah, that was freaking dope, dude. That's like superhero type of crap right there. Like that was super dope.
Unbelievable. And he didn't lift. I mean, he didn't
Yeah,
lift.
he didn't lift.
We watched the onboard. He didn't
Like,
lift.
balls of steel, man. Like, that was freaking awesome.
That was one of the most incredible saves. Like, I mean, we've done that in the past, Tom. Like, I don't think we did it last year, but we did it the year before where we picked the best saves of the year and we put them on a poll.
Yeah.
This is a nominee for save of the year, and
Oh,
we're
yeah,
only in
absolutely.
January. I mean,
Yeah.
that was incredible.
Yeah.
The 7-hour fog delay, Tom. I stayed up through the whole damn fog delay. The longest fog delay in the history, or the longest delay in Rolex 24 history. Changed the race. I feel like it completely changed the aspect of the race. Like I said with AO Racing, after that, AO Racing never recovered. They were the most dominant car until the fog delay,
Yeah.
and then it ended. And then I feel like that opened the door for CrowdStrike's incredible comeback, which is cool. Porsche never really phased them. We saw the penalty for Cadillac, which they had to overcome again through the restart. It bums me out, Tom. It bums me out. My favorite part of the Rolex every year, I love the start of the race. I love it. It's exciting. It's exhilarating. You get to kick off the 24 hours. The end of the race is always good because it was good this year. There was great battles towards the end, great class victories.
We actually raced 24 hours.
Yes. I think we even went a little overtime there, Tom. It was pretty impressive.
We did.
Making up for a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But those 8 hours, the nighttime 8 hours at Daytona with about 12 hours to go till where you get to about like 4 hours to go in the race. Those are the magical hours of the race, and we got robbed.
Yeah.
We got robbed.
Yeah. My point is, you know, they have mirrors for a reason. It's not like you can't see the headlights of somebody coming. You know, like you could see all of that. We got some of the best sports car drivers in the world. Tell me they can't manage that fog level? To me, I feel like that's just a cop out.
I'm on the fence about it too, because part of me agrees with you, right? Like, these are the best drivers in the world. Let's let them rip and go. We've got headlights. But I think that TV didn't really do it justice. I think it was probably more foggy in person than it was on TV. Because on TV, it looked foggy, right? Like, it looked foggy, but it looked manageable. But I have a feeling in person it had to have been worse. Because I feel like IMSA wouldn't do that for no other reason, right?
But cameras make everything look worse than what it actually is.
True.
In any type of situation, like you're trying to point something out, you can take out a camera, take a picture of it, zoom in on it, and it'll always look worse than what you're looking at it like with your eyes. In my opinion, I think the cameras can make I think cameras over exaggerate things, and I don't know. I don't. Again, it's not like you couldn't see 5 feet in front of you, 10 feet in front of you, 15, 20 feet in front of you. I mean, we were watching from the spotter stand, and you could still see lights going down the back straightaway.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Again, I feel like it's kind of a cop-out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like to give IMSA a little bit of benefit of the doubt. That's just kind of the way I am. Because they've had that one bad mistake at Daytona a couple of years ago, and we keep giving them shit about it. But they've done a pretty damn good job otherwise.
And the Porsche BOPs.
Well, yeah,
they continue
the Porsche
to screw
BOPs.
that up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Overall.
And the Ferrari BOPs. Can't forget that, too.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a major problem. I don't know. I enjoyed the race. I had a good time watching it. I love the Rolex 24. I'm excited for the next year's iteration. I'm excited for Sebring. We got Bathurst coming up here in a couple weeks as well. I just love sports car racing, man. It never disappoints, man. Like, it was a good race overall. Like, if you take out all the LMP2 bullshit and the fog delay and everything else that kind of happened in between, it was still a damn good Rolex 24 and one that's going to hold me over for next year. So I'm excited. We got a couple more things left on this podcast here, and then we'll get you out of here on this awesome Tuesday. Drivers of the week. This polls will be out for you guys at the end of the podcast. I'll go over Bonehead and Driver of the week. Felipe Nasr. I'm going to nominate him. I know we won the race. We usually don't do that on this channel, but he is the best closer in motorsports. He deserves a lot of flowers and roses. I'm going to put him as a nominee. Uh, Vanderhelm with that going for those endurance points with a dog shit car. With the off strategy, trying to energy save all he's worth, trying to make that car as wide as hell to defend the Porsche and the Acura behind him to secure those points. That was an impressive drive, an impressive stint in my eyes. And then also Nicky teams, the Aston Martin. I know we finished second to that incredible save by Philip Ellis at the end, but to be able to put himself in that position when they were not the best car at all during the course of the day, it was always the Ferraris, it was always the windward that was going to be the contenders to win that race. They drove themselves through the field and put themselves in position late in that race. And a lot of it had to do with the great driving stints that Nicky teams put in at the end of that race. Impressive job. Boneheads of the week, the entire LMP2 field. I don't give a shit. This goes spotters to drivers to fans to crew members.
To the mothers of the drivers. You guys caused this.
You're all to blame for the insanity we saw at LMP2. Eric Zietze loses control in, what was it, like the 15-minute mark of the race. He ends up putting that Porsche right into the attenuator on the pit entry. That was absolutely pathetic. Absolutely destroyed their race.
That was pathetic.
And then Nico Verone, I got to nominate him. They had the best car all day long. Restart with 2.5 hours to go. Ends up battling with cars he doesn't need to battle from the lead. In the kink, puts himself off track, loses all the track position, and threw away the race for Corvette. He deserves a nominee for me. All right, so let's do our predictions for the Bowman Gray race, and then we'll go to NASCAR preview for the end for 2026. So this weekend, obviously the Cup Series at Bowman Gray. We're going to be doing a watch party on this channel. That's my goal, is I want to try to do a watch party every week throughout the season, trying to get our channel up and going even bigger and better this year. So this weekend, tune in Sunday. We'll have another watch party for the Bowman Gray Clash at the Coliseum, at Bowman Gray. I wish it was still at the Coliseum. That'd be cool. But at Bowman Gray. Notable entries, Burt Myers will be with Maravet in the number 50 machine, and LaJoy will be filling in for injured Brad Keselowski in the number 6 for RFK this weekend. My pick for this weekend's Push Like Clash, dude. See, I'm already fucking this whole thing up. We keep changing it, where the location is, the title sponsor, all this bullshit. The Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray. I just don't know how you're going to beat Penske here, and in particular Ryan Blaney in that 12 team. Last year, they end up having a shitty outing in the heats, put him buried at the start of the main event, and drove himself all the way up to P2 by the end of the race. Came up one spot short to Chase Elliott. I think Blaney has a better week, better preliminary events to get himself more up towards the front of the field at the main event. And I think that the 12 Penske Ford ends up winning this race in dominant fashion. I can't not pick Ryan Blaney. He's the best short track driver on flat tracks. It doesn't matter. He's the best. And I feel like he would be a good pick for the Daytona 500 as well. I feel like he's at the early parts of the season, it's gonna be Ryan Blaney's to take. And then my dark horse pick, and I don't really know if this is much of a dark horse, but he's got tons of experience at Bowman Gray. He had a good run last year. I think we've seen a different Bubba Wallace, right? That's my dark horse pick. We've seen a different Bubba Wallace over the last couple of years. I know he gets a lot of hate. Some of it may be warranted. A lot of it probably definitely not warranted. But he's a likable dude. A lot of the stuff that's happened to him in the last few years, a lot of it hasn't been to his in his favor. I mean, obviously the Bowman incident in Chicago was his fault last year. I'll die on that hill. But other incidents that happened to him last year, a lot of it wasn't his fault. He's just a bystander. I mean, his own freaking team owner and boss put him in the wall for a loss, you know? Because that fucker can't even put a guy in the wall and win a race. But whatever, that's a story for another day. But I think Bubba Wallace has a lot to prove here in 2026. We changed the new championship format. We'll get to that here in a minute. I think we're going to see a different Bubba this year. And I think the great way to kick off the season would be a potential podium or maybe even a win at the Clash.
Okay. I don't have any explanations that long per se. But what I will say is that I don't really have a good feeling about anybody. except for my dark horse, which is going to be a way out in left field. Maybe. I don't know. My favorite, I'm going to choose Chris Bell for reasons that he was really strong at the beginning of the year last year. Probably the same thing this year. I don't know what happened at the end of last year. Who freaking knows? But based upon just that in itself, that's why I'm going to choose Bell. For my dark horse, I don't know. I just have a feeling about this. I have that one small hint feeling about it. I'm going with Kyle Busch for like literally no reason whatsoever. I just have that feeling.
Those aren't bad picks. Those aren't bad picks at all. Honestly, I was contemplating taking Bell, honestly, but that's not a bad pick. I like that pick. I guess the next thing, Tom, is this race gonna even happen, dude? I got a little bit of a tirade I want to go on here because I think Southern people are the softest fucking people on planet Earth. I'm not gonna lie. These people are so fucking soft. They're talking about having to cancel the race because it's gonna be real too cold. It's real cold. There's some snow on the ground. But I've seen the pictures, guys. Fuck, dude, I have a little Ford Focus, and we had 3 times that amount of snow here last year, and I was working in that, driving my little Ford Focus, dude, don't even have all-wheel drive, guys. I'm driving this thing through fucking sleet, snow, ice, whatever, fucking hopping through fucking communities, just fucking making it in that little car to work, man. And these fuckers are bitching about a little bit of snow. Little bit. These Southern people, Tom, think that they're the gift to fucking humanity, dude. They think they're the best fucking people to walk this earth. Yeah, cool. You guys got chicken farms and you can fucking grow wheat. You guys are special. You guys recruit good in football. Whoop-de fucking do, brother. Come on, man.
Gosh.
You guys think you guys are so fucking soft. If you guys don't run this race because it's too fucking cold, then you guys are just a bunch of pussies, man. Get over yourselves. You guys lost the only true thing you thought you could win. You know? You guys got your shit kicked in by the North. You guys got no room to talk. Seen you at Talladega. Yeah. You're a bunch of cousin lovers, bro. Like, come on now. Soft ass fucking people, man.
Jay's not lying either. There's some crazy things that happened at Talladega. That's not a lie right there. That's a true story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they shut down my kid's school for tomorrow too. All the roads are clear. Like, what are we doing?
Well, and we talked about this, I think, the other day off stream, but I mean, these Southern people, right? The first thing they do, they flock to Walmart and buy up all the milk and bread.
Oh my God.
You're trying to survive, motherfucker. You go buy the 2 food items that have the least amount of shelf life, dude. Like, what are you doing with that, bro? Like, if shit came to show, I'm buying some fucking canned soups. I'm buying freaking ramen noodles. I'm buying water. I'm buying fucking,
frozen chicken.
Frozen chicken. I don't give a. I'm buying shit that's gonna last a long time on the shelf. That bread is gonna do you real good there, motherfucker, for like 3 days until it starts growing mold on the side of it. But the thing is, they'll eat it anyway. They might make them smarter. I mean, let's be real. I mean, these Southern people, man, they're soft as hell, dude. Holy cow, I can't believe it, man.
My wife counted 20 loaves of bread in one person's shopping cart. 20 loaves. Like, what are you doing with that, dude? What, like, are you gonna open up your own bread business and just try to undercut everybody? Like, what are we doing?
What are you making sandwiches for the homeless? Like, what are you doing?
No, definitely not doing that. No. We know that for sure. They're not doing that.
The only difference between a Southern person and a homeless person is they at least have a door on their shack.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God. These soft as hell people, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was, I'll say this, in my area, it was bad like Sunday morning, Monday morning, and that was it. And then every day after that or before that even, and after that have been so clear, like so easy. I don't know. This weekend, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's too early to say anything about what's going to happen this weekend. So, but
Yeah.
what I do know is that these people can get like a half-inch of snow, and I mean, it's they cancel everything.
It's over.
It's like a nuclear bomb just went off.
Yeah. That's like when we were going to college in North Carolina. I remember it snowed that one morning, and it was like just a skiff. It was just barely enough. It wasn't even enough snow to like cover the road. It was barely
Yeah.
nothing. I drove straight to work. I get there like when I normally do, like 6 in the morning, and the door's locked, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And and event like I go and grab the key. I open up and start working. Nobody's there. So eventually, I'm like 30 minutes later, I call my boss. I'm like, where is everybody? What's going on? They're like, it's snowed, dude. We don't go to work when it snows. I'm like, there ain't even snow on the ground. It's already melted, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh man, I was like, I deserve to get paid full day for this. I'm here. I'm working, dude. Send him a picture. I'm in the warehouse. I'm working, bud. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. People are just weird. People are weird. Whatever. All right, let's do it. We'll try to make this quick and fast. We don't want to be here all night. But NASCAR season preview for 2026. We got a new championship format, Tom. The chase for the Cup is back. And I know I complained about the 16 drivers, but I started thinking about it. I started thinking about this last night when I was working. I guess I understand why there's 16 drivers in the playoffs, Tom, or in the chase, because NASCAR doesn't want to leave out their superstars, right? And who are their superstars? They all drive for Hendrick, Penske, and Gibbs. And if they can't get 11 cars, all 11 of those in the chase, then what's the point of having the chase? If they had the chase and you couldn't get all 11 of those in a 12-man chase, there'd be revolts. There would be toxic cancer in the air, and you already know how toxic NASCAR fans already are. So now they extend it to 16, so we can guarantee we can get all 3 of those teams in. And then you're going to get a couple feel-good stories in there as well, like maybe get one of the RCR guys, a couple RFK guys, maybe 2311, maybe a Spire, whatever, So I think that's the best way I can logically describe why we have 16 drivers in the chase. That's the way I feel. Is there 16 drivers every year deserving to be in the chase and even have a legitimate shot at the championship? No, not at all. I guess my thing is, Tom, before we make our championship picks, I guess who are some of the drivers you're looking at as potential like sneak into the chase? Who's going to be consistent enough on points to be able to get themselves in that top 16 that aren't from those big 3 teams, I guess? I mean, obviously, I've got Chastain at the top of my list as one that's going to be able to make it off of consistency. Yeah. I think Bubba Wallace out of a 2311, I think he'll be consistent enough to make the chase.
Yep, I agree with that. I think your wild cards are actually going to come out of RFK.
Yes. Busher every year. Yeah. If we had this chase in the last 3 years, Busher would have made it every year. So I agree with that one as well. But consistency-wise.
Busher and Priest actually. I don't know if old man Keselowski has it anymore, to be honest with you. But I would look at it with Priest and Busher as wild cards, or maybe even strong. Well, I would look at mostly Priest as a wild card. Maybe Busher's a little bit of a stronger candidate. Maybe even, and I know that this is really going out there, but with their Toyota relationship, we could see a huge spike of improvement in performance with maybe some of the legacy cars, and definitely not John Hunter Nemechek, but Eric Jones. Who else? Who else do you have?
Front row. Part of me wants to say Gilliland, especially considering we have so many speedways on the calendar. We've seen some increase in their speed. I mean, Gilliland, I wouldn't say he's a 16 guy, but I think he'd be a fringe by the end of the year. It'll be probably in that 18 to 20 range. And I think that's going to be close enough there. Maybe late in the season, maybe we couple of these guys like Gibbs, who should be a lock for a 16-team chase. I don't think he's going to make it.
Here's the real question. Do you think that Ty Gibbs can do it, though?
No, that's the thing is I think at the end of the season, I think he'll be right in that 15 through 17 range. And I think he's going to be one of those guys that could falter at the end and open the door up for maybe a guy like a Todd Gilliland who runs consistent, or a Michael McDowell even out of Aspire ride. Maybe he stays close. Because I feel like that's the difference between the playoff format and what this chase is going to be. In the past with the playoff format, you get to the end of the season and you're looking like who's going to be a guy outside that range that could win a race. Now we're going to be playing the season off into the regular season is going to be broken into 3 parts. We're going to have the early part of the season, who starts strong, and then you're going to have the middle part before the summer months where it's going to be who can maintain that early start, and then who fades towards the end, or maybe who rises or surges towards the end. It's going to be extremely more interesting coming down to the final 16 than I think it's been the last few years. Because in the last few years, it's like, oh, you win, you're in, boom, we're bumping this guy out, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It was kind of anticlimactic, in my opinion. With this, I think it's going to be extremely exciting because they're going to see guys that maybe they're running 14th points and they have a couple bad DNFs in the summer months. Maybe they go to Michigan and Richmond and whatever, just name 3 tracks, and they have some bad runs, don't score enough stage points, and you have a good couple runs in a row where momentum builds out of like a team from Spire or a front row. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel like this is going to play out.
What about Hocevar? What do you think about him?
See, the consistency is what's getting me with him. I think he's going to be, I think he wins a race this year. I'm not going to lie. If I was to pick like guys, there's like 3 guys on my list that I'm like, they'll probably shock the world and win a race this year. Zilich is one of them. Hocevar is another one. Hosen Karsovar. And then I think Michael McDowell is also another guy that we could see win a race because he's so good at Atlanta, Daytona, those early season road courses. I think he'll have an opportunity to compete up at the front of the field.
Yeah.
Those are like the 3 guys I'm kind of looking at winning races. But the problem with Hosen is the consistency. I think consistency is going to be his biggest issue. Also another guy, I guess we didn't talk about who's going to be those guys that have benefited from the points that or the win in your end system that might not make the playoffs or the chase now.
SVG.
I think SVG is one of them. I think Logano is one of them. I think Cindric is one of them. Austin Dillon is one of them. So that's going to open up 4 spots right there, in my opinion. So now it's going to come down to consistency. I think we can guarantee locks for Byron, Elliott. We can lock in Bell, Byron, Elliott, Larson, Blaney, Hamlin, Briscoe, Reddick. I think Busher, I think he's a lock. I mean, I don't even think he's a fringe. His consistency is going to get him in alone. I'm trying to think of who else would be another. I mean, Bowman can be consistent at times, but I think he's going to be kind of in that same position with Austin Dillon, SVG, Logano. They're all going to be in that 14 to 18 range, man. And it's going to be really tough coming down the stretch of the season, especially if you have a couple of bad weeks in a row to make the playoffs, man, or to make the chase. So I think it's going to be interesting. Is there anybody else we're leaving out? I mean, I feel like Bubba's going to be consistent enough. I think he's going to have a very consistent year. I think he's going to be 13th in points or in that range by the end of the year, 12 to 14. I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm trying to think, man.
I think we can agree there's 8 of them that are locks, right? Like we can agree Byron, Elliott, Larson out of Hendrick, and then Hamlin, Bell, Briscoe out of Gibbs, Blaney,
yes,
and Reddick. I think those are your 8 guarantee consistency.
I don't know, man. Can Reddick bounce back from last year?
Yeah, but the thing is, he didn't win a race, but he was. If you look at the points going into the championship,
you're right.
Chase,
Okay,
he was like 6th in points.
Yeah.
But with the way the system worked, he was 15th because of the win in your in bullshit. So it's like, I think consistency, he'll be fine. But again, winning's going to mean a lot more now, right? Because now you're getting 55 points for a win. Yep. Does that hurt his points? Maybe where he was running 6th last year without the wins, maybe that means he runs 10th this year without the wins. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you're right. I can see both sides of it. You're right.
Okay. And you got Busher.
Yeah, I think Busher's a lock. I put him in. He'd probably be my 9th. And that Chastain, I think, is also a lock. So I think
a 10.
Out of those, that'd be your 10 right there. And then from there, it gets really hard because now you're looking at consistency. Who's going to be consistent? Do we see Bowman be consistent? A Gibbs, a Cindric, a Logano, a Busch, like those guys that can be consistent but aren't consistent. And then you have the guys like Austin Dillon who wins 1 race a year, or can we see McDowell and Hosen Karsovar out of the Spire run good? Can we see maybe a Gillen or even who's the other teammate over there? Zane Smith, who showed a lot of consistency toward the end of the year.
Yeah.
You even mentioned
Smith.
Legacy with Eric Jones, run really consistent
Yeah.
at the end of the year. Can they bring the momentum forward? I feel like that battle from 11th through 22nd in points is going to be very intriguing all year long, Tom. And I think it's going to fluctuate week in and week out, and you're going to have comers and goers in fluctuating positions all year long. I think that's what's going to make this new playoff or this new championship format extremely intriguing in the regular season.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, there's a lot of wild cards up there too. So I mean, we probably pointed out 10 drivers as wild cards, which then puts our number to 20. So
yeah,
I'm excited. It's going to be better. It's going to be better this year with the point system. It's going to.
Oh, 100%. I think it's going to make the championship fight way more intriguing because the last few years it get down to the last like 4 or 5 races of the season, and we're talking about 2 positions available or 3 positions available.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Now we're going to have 10 positions 6 positions available between 10, 11 drivers, and that's what's going to make it intriguing. And the points are going to fluctuate so much, especially if one of those guys that's like 20th in points wins a race at the end of the season, gets that 55-point bonus. Maybe they win a stage in that race, and a guy that's running it's 65 points ahead of him ends up having a DNF. You know, like it's going to fluctuate things in a tremendous way, and I think that's what's going to make it more intriguing than what the playoffs is. I think it's going to be way more dramatic. People are saying, "Oh, we're going to lose the drama," you know, because now the winning you're in, we don't get to see the cut line keep moving. I think you're going to see the cut line move even more within the last 6-8 races of the season than when it has in the past with the chase format or the playoff format. So I'm excited for it. Before we get our championship picks, I think we should say that for last. Expectations for the new Chevy body this year. Do we see them struggle at the beginning of the year?
Dude. It's the same damn body. It's just not pointed at the nose. Like everybody thinks that this is like an Albert Einstein atom bomb invention, and it's like, oh my god, these guys really went back to the drawing board here. we've got a freaking hypercar now. This thing's gonna be fast as shit. Yeah, okay.
Well,
you're just using the same freaking tech as Ford and Toyota. This is what actually I got a really good comparison here. They think it's like new tech from like the Book of Enoch or something. You know?
I mean, the only credence I'll give to any of this is Ford. Was it Ford like 2 years ago or 3 years ago when they changed the nose on their car and they struggled for half the season before they figured it out? But that's Ford. So we're comparing Ford to Chevy.
Here's the bigger problem, Jay. Where is the production car?
Yeah. No, you're right. 100%, because you have to run. That was like the rule. That's like a rule in NASCAR from like the beginning of time. You had to have a production car to run your car in the Cup Series. You had to model them after a production car. There's no Corvette, dude, or Camaro. Like, yeah.
That seems like a pretty big violation, no?
It seems like a massive violation. It seems like we're skirting edges for a certain manufacturer.
Are we talking about, like, you know, paying favors to a certain team?
Well, we've seen it. Seen it in the past. It wouldn't surprise me. Oh, man. But say, okay, you're leaning on nothing's going to change. It's still going to be Chevy up front, doing what they always do, especially led by the charge with Hendrick Motorsports, which I'm not. Which, again, I've got 3 of their drivers pretty much locks for the championship chase, so I kind of feel the same way. I feel like there's not going to be a whole lot of difference there for Chevy. What are your expectations for Zilich in 2026? I've got him winning at least one race in 2026.
Yeah, at least one race. At least one race.
It's kind of disappointing there's not a Rookie of the Year battle. I mean, I feel like you'd win it anyway, but like it kind of sucks that like him and Heim would have been a great rookie battle if Heim could have got a full-time ride. And that would have been cool, especially if he got like a full-time let's be honest. Corey Heim should be in that third 2311 car, not Riley Herbst. I understand Riley Herbst brings money and Heim doesn't, but like put the damn jump man on his car. Who gives a shit? Michael Jordan, he just basically won the lawsuit with NASCAR. Like, motherfucker sold the Charlotte Hornets for like 8 times the value we bought it for. Like, You're telling me that motherfucker can't afford to put 36 race package together for Corey Haim to go win and then get him more sponsors down the road?
But
I don't
yeah,
understand.
Riley Herbst just needs to go back to Xfinity at least. I mean, he wasn't even that great in Xfinity.
He had one good year, and that was it. And that's kind of what
Yeah,
vaulted
but
him
he
to
was
where
in
he's at
Xfinity
now.
for how long? I feel like he's like at this point the age of my father by the amount of time that he's been in the Xfinity series and had abysmal seasons.
I agree. I mean, I'm with you. He should not be there at all. Not one freaking bit. Not one bit. We got North Wilkesboro getting a points race this year. 400 lap, or was it 450 laps is what they confirmed it at?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm excited for it. I think North Wilkesboro has been the best short track we've had on the schedule the last couple years. Granted, it's been an all-star race format. We haven't seen it play out in a full point style race. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know what it's going to look like. But those last couple all-star races have been quite entertaining at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah.
What kind of tire package do they bring to that track? That's going to be a big factor. They're running it in the daytime, in the heat of the day. Does that make a difference for compared to the
Super
night?
soft tires. That's all we need. Just the softest tires that you can bring. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
40 laps and they're freaking junk.
Especially at
30
North
laps.
Wilkesboro, that would be super entertaining. Like that
Yes.
might be the best race of the year if
Yes.
that plays out the way it does.
Yes.
We talked about San Diego earlier in this podcast. I am personally extremely excited about San Diego. I think this is going to be an absolute banger of a race. We've seen the layout, visual maps. We haven't really seen it play out in terms of how it's going to race. It looks good. The track layout format looks good. There's a lot of good tight corners. There's some fast sections. It looks pretty narrow. I don't know how it's going to play out though. That's the big unknown. All the promos and everything around it, all the track concepts, the layout, it looks promising. It's a road race. It's a street race. Now how does it race? I guess that's the big unknown there.
Yeah.
And the return of Chicagoland, which I think is going to be a great race. Don't get me wrong. I love Chicagoland. When I was bitching earlier about the road courses, I wasn't singling out Chicagoland. I'm not singling out Charlotte. I think they put on good races. They do. My thing is, it's other tracks that we're bringing in. Like twice at Martinsville doesn't need to happen. Twice at Bristol anymore doesn't need to happen. There's a lot of tracks we go. Atlanta. We should have 0 Atlantas. It's a fucking miracle we even go there at all. You know what I mean? Like it's like these are gonna be good races. Chicago's gonna be a good freaking race, man. I'm excited it's back on the schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like these cars are gonna race pretty good there too. Just given past experience with tracks of this size. I think it'll be pretty okay.
I agree. The last thing I want to talk about before we get into our championship picks, Suarez to Spire. That's the other change this year in the Cup Series as Justin Haley steps down. That moves him over to Spire in the 7. Expectations for Suarez, I think it's going to be an absolute tragic failure.
Mediocre. Yeah, like mediocre at best.
The last 3 drivers in that 7 car have been flops, dude. You had Corey, the LaJoy Dozer. You've had Justin Haley, which Justin Haley was good at. That's the thing with Justin Haley. He was decent at Kaulig. He was literally the only shining light that they had there. And then they got rid of him, and then now the team's been a complete shit show. He was good at Rick Ware, was Justin Haley. It goes to Spire, and he looks like he can't even drive himself out of the Walmart parking lot. I mean, that 7 team is dysfunctional. You got crew members fighting amongst each other. You've got crew chiefs leaving mid-season and shitting on the team he's walking out on. You're kicking out like probably the best driver you've had in that car in the entire lineage and history of that car in your team's history. And then you bring in a pay driver who has been an absolute disappointment and failure at all aspects. It's going to be an absolute failure. I like how neither of us put him in our 22 drivers that we talked about as potential chase contenders. No. He's not one of them.
No,
not at all.
Uh-uh.
All right. We do this every year, Tom, and we always completely flop and fail with our NASCAR championship predictions. This is tough for me because I've put in thought to this, but I just still am not deciding on it. If we're coming down to consistency with which what this championship format's going to look like, it's the tale of multiple stories, right? Kyle Larson is pretty damn consistent in points. He wins enough races to make himself consistent. And now that winning means a lot, I think Larson's going to be an absolute fact. Byron starts the season off every year on absolute fire, but completely fades through the summer. And then by the end of the season, he hangs on just to make a championship for it. Well, that format's not in place anymore. Now, is that lack of consistency going to hurt him on the long run of a season? The next one at my list here is, I got two more guys on my list as championship threats. First off, let's start with Denny Hamlin. He's probably going to be the most consistent guy all year. I just don't think he's going to win a championship. So I'm crossing him out right away. And then the next one is Christopher Bell, his teammate. Again, last year, started the season off like Byron, super freaking fast. Faded through the summer months. A couple races he threw away. But he always seems to kind of turn back up towards the end of the year. But with the win in your in format, it always screwed him, where he was always that first guy on points, but it didn't matter because the win in your in kind of knocked him back out to like 5th in points at the end of the year, and got eliminated from the championship format. I think this is the year, Tom. I know I did it last year. I'm doing it again. Christopher Bell will win your 2026 championship. He is going to do it. He is going to do it. Somehow, some way, he is going to be consistent enough and win the races at the right times of the year to keep himself at the front of the field. I think he wins the regular season championship. And we know with this new chase format, Tom, you win that regular season championship, you have an extreme advantage going into the championship chase. You start with a 25-point gap over second, and second only starts with a 10-point gap over third. I think you want to finish the regular season in that regular season championship spot. And I think if anybody could do it, it's not going to be Hung Money. It's not going to be Byron, who fades in the summer. It's going to be Bell. They're finally going to figure out how to put together the speed from the beginning of the year and carry it through the summer months, and that's going to be enough to get him that regular season championship. And then when the championship starts, there's no more road courses, no more gimmicks, no more eliminations, no more winning you're in. And I think that's going to play into the favor of Bell. Bell's going to find a way to consistently finish top 5 towards the end of the season. He's going to be like a Matt Kenseth. I feel like that's how Bell's going to win the championship this year. He's going to do it just consistently like a Matt Kenseth would. And by the end of the season, I bet he locks it up before we have one race remaining in the season, Tom.
I just don't think. I think the consistency of Kyle Larson is just, it's just a force to be reckoned with. Honestly, I don't think that there is anybody who can beat Kyle Larson in terms of consistency.
Except for Kyle Larson.
Throughout, well, yeah, except for Kyle Larson. Throughout the entirety of the year, too. I mean, of course, he's going to, become best friends with the wall here and there. But I think that, I don't know. I think the main threat is Kyle Larson and will continue to be Kyle Larson. Does Bell have that talent? Absolutely, he does. Can his team prevent that inconsistency?
Yes.
Is it a team issue?
It is.
Potentially. What an argument for that is that whenever Bell isn't doing good, the rest of the team isn't doing good. Except for Denny Hamlin at the end of the year last year. Holy shit. That guy was just on another level. Except for not winning the championship. But I don't know, man. The only person that has really impressed me in terms of consistency for the 1 year was Tyler Reddick. And last year had just an abysmal season. And so I don't even really have faith in that anymore. I hope it's Bell. I do. I hope it's Bell because I want to see him win a championship.
It'd be good for NASCAR. Great.
It would be good for NASCAR. But I also I think that maybe some people sleep on Chase Briscoe well, I mean, not as not Chase Briscoe himself, but like the team. I don't think Chase Briscoe is that great of a driver. I think he drives great equipment. But even with what he's got going on at Gibbs, could potentially be better than what Kyle Larson has.
Well, we talked about it with our driver grades. We both came to agreement that 19 team is probably the best team in all of the Cup Series.
It is.
Like that's who the team you want to drive for right there.
He's got the best crew. He's got, the best crew chief. He's got the best team. Most definitely, probably the best car.
It's still the
know,
Cole Pern pipeline. I mean, it really
it
is. Like,
really is.
that's the
Yeah.
team that Cole Pern put together with Furniture Row and
Yeah.
turned them into a championship. And a lot of those guys are
Yep.
still in place at that 19 team. It is the best
Yep.
team.
Yep. Exactly. So, I don't know. For me, it's in between the 5 car, the 19 car, and the 20 car. I'd love to see Bell win a championship. I'd love to see Briscoe dethrone Kyle Larson. I'll go with Briscoe. I'll go with Briscoe to do it all. Yeah, I will.
That's not a bad
I
pick,
will.
man. That's not a bad pick. Especially if he can finish or start the year off with the momentum they carried out at the end of last year. I think they are purely a threat. The other one we didn't mention, and I feel like we maybe should talk about just a small bit before we end this podcast, is Ryan Blaney. I think Ryan Blaney and that team is a great team, but they have so many DNFs last year, the last couple of years, to be honest. He's
It's
another
like
guy
the
that's
Penske
benefited
woes,
off the
dude.
win. Yeah, exactly.
It's so hard to choose them because it's like having a psychopathic girlfriend as a race team. It's just a freaking psycho. You don't know what you're walking into
Yeah.
every day after coming home from work.
The highs are extremely high and the lows are
Yeah.
extremely fucking low.
Yeah.
There's no
It's like playing Escape from Tarkov.
Yeah.
Like you're either getting punched in the nuts or you're on top of a freaking throne. You know what I mean? Like I don't have faith in that team. I have faith in Ryan Blaney.
Yes.
I don't have faith in the team.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, they make way too many mistakes on pit road. I do
Yes.
like Jonathan Hassler, but some of his decision calling from the top of the box are just mind-boggling at times. I'm with you. Like, I'm with you 100%. And then sometimes, I mean, Blaney, he always has like a couple races a year where he looks lost, like,
Yes.
and a lot of it is with the
yes.
setup of the car. Maybe he checks out for a weekend here and there. I mean, it's rare, but it happens at least twice a year where you'll see Blaney show up to a race weekend and you're like, he looks fucking lost and he doesn't want to be here right now. And that's what's not going to be good in this new playoff format or championship format. So, all right, that'll do it. I mean, I've got Bell and Tom's got Briscoe, but we both are definitely still leaning Larson to be the guy. He's the benchmark. He is. He's like Jimmy Johnson through the Chase era. Like, he is the benchmark. If you can beat Larson, you earn the championship because he's going to find walls. He's going to wreck, but somehow he's going to win enough races to be consistent enough in points that he's going to be a threat. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited for the championship format. Like, I'm excited to see how it plays out. Like, I'm actually interested in keeping in track of the points all year because in the past, dude, those last 10 years, Tom, it's been a headache to try and keep up with the standings because it changes next week. If Austin Dillon dumps somebody at fucking Richmond, he's winning a race. Now he's in, and then all the points he invested in are gone and are relevant. It's like, now I have something to invest in, and I appreciate that. I'm glad NASCAR is going in the right steps here. So we'll see how it plays out with the new Chase format in 2026. That's been our NASCAR preview. That's been our Rolex 24 recap. All of the news. This has been a fun podcast. We had a lot of rants and a lot of raves we had to get off our backs. We did it, man. The off season's basically over, dude. Like, we're racing again, man. It's unbelievable. We'll have a Formula One season preview, an IndyCar season preview, and a World Endurance Championship season preview upcoming over the next few weeks as we get closer and closer to the start of those seasons. Watch parties are going to be a consistent thing on this channel. Thanks to anybody that tuned in over the last couple of weeks with the Chili Bowl watch parties, the Rolex 24 watch parties. We had a blast hanging out with you guys, chatting in the chat, watching some racing together. My goal is to try to do that every single weekend this year. There might be a few weekends where there isn't anything going on. And remember, Tom, we used to do those polls where we would be like, hey, what race do you want to do watch party for the month? I'm thinking we probably do weekly polls on the podcast. Be like, hey, these are the 4 races going on this weekend. Maybe you guys can vote. We'll do that almost every weekend. And then obviously me and Tom are going to have some preferential picks. Like, there's some races me and Tom would rather do than probably what you guys would want us to do. But we want to do them because we want to do them, So a few weeks, me and Tom will take executive decision in order to pick the races we want to do. But most weeks, like if we get into the midsummer months and there's like not a lot of crown jewel events or a lot of big races, we'll just put a poll out and have you guys vote, and we'll do that one for you guys. So it'll be fun. This is going to be a fun year of motorsports. I think we're in the golden age of motorsports, to be honest with you. Racing has not been better. throughout the world. We've seen just fantastic racing, and we're gonna bring you all that content right here on this channel. It's gonna be fun. Thanks guys again for tuning in. If you guys want to follow us on all of our social medias, all those links are in the description below, as well as on the bottom of your screen for you guys to go follow. Give us some support over there as we continue to grow those platforms. Also, if you guys want to join the best motorsports community on the internet, not only here on this YouTube channel, like, comment, and subscribe. Please turn on bell notifications, stay up to date with everything happening. But there's a link below to our Discord channel, the best race community on the internet. All of the drama, rumors, news, memes, whatever it may be for all motorsports around the world. We love it all. From dirt track racing to sports cars at Nürburgring to Formula One to NASCAR to IndyCar. We have it all covered right here for you guys on this Discord channel. Come post your own guys' stuff in there too. We love when you guys do that. We're in there posting every single day, interacting with you guys. It is a fun time, a good community. And also, YouTube created this new feature, guys. There's a community page on our YouTube channel. I just opened it up today. There is a place where you guys can go in and post your own comments. If you guys got ideas for videos, ideas for talking points on podcasts, whatever it may be, you guys want to show us pictures of maybe your IRL racing, maybe you do iRacing, sim racing, maybe you're at the racetrack this weekend, you want to show us some cool pictures, you can post those on our YouTube channel as well as our Discord. It's a cool aspect. So go post in there. It's a cool little community page, similar to our Discord. We post in there every day too, or try to post in there almost every day with the polls and all kinds of cool fun stuff. But if you guys want to post in there as well, do that, man. It's fun. It's a new community page on YouTube. So I think it's a cool aspect. So check that out. Also, if you guys want to be cool, you guys want to be badasses, you want to be that cool kid at school, you know, go check out our merch store, man. Get you some Dega Boys swag. You're going to go to work tomorrow with wearing your new Dega Boys beanie, and your boss is going to be like, what the hell, man? That's the coolest beanie I ever saw. And you're going to be like, yeah, dude, I watched the Dega Boys. He's like, you watched the Dega Boys? Ah, I'm giving you a 5% raise, man. You know what you're doing. You got good taste in pop culture, man. You know what you're talking about. And then he gives you that raise. And it leads into new opportunities, man. Now you're at the bar this weekend. You rarely go, but you felt really good. You got that 5% raise. You got a little bit of spending money at the bar. And then all of a sudden, like, you're sitting there at the bar and this cool group of people walk in and they include you in their group. They start buying you drinks. They get you fucked up. And all of a sudden, you got to Uber home, you know? And you get home and your girlfriend's all pissed off and mad because you're at the bar drinking all night. You threw up all over yourself, but you're like, it's okay, man. I got a new beanie. I got a 5% raise at work. I'm cool now. I've got new friends. Yeah, sure, they're 22-year-old frat boys that go to UC San Diego, but they're cool as shit. They got me fucked up. I had a great time, you know? Yeah, sure. I probably should have stayed home because I got to drop my kid off at school in the morning. But you know what? I had a good damn time, and I was wearing my Dega Boys beanie. You know, be that guy. Be that cool guy. I'm not saying it makes your dick bigger, but it'll make everybody think your dick is bigger. So get her done. Get you some Dega Boys swag.
Get her done.
Get her done. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been another awesome podcast here on the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go check out the merch store. You don't want to be that guy. You want to be the guy. You know what I mean? All right. See you guys all next Tuesday. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll catch you on the watch party this weekend.
Imagine being able to build anything.